Sure.
Okay, everybody, this is Emar Salvatrucha, Sports Inquirer, and we're happy to be joined by Jonathan Wolff, head coach of Georgia State men's tennis. The team is on a three-match winning streak. What's been just the difference in form from the team from the start of the season to these past few matches for the improvement?
Hey, thanks, Marcel. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's always nice to be on a win streak. And, I think the guys, we've had a tricky start to our year with some tough matches, tough competition, as well as a couple of our guys been banged up. But now we're finally healthy for the most part and kind of hitting our stride in practice. And that's kind of spilling over into matches and believing in ourselves, the coaching staff, and each other's teammates when, the matches are pretty tough. There's a lot of deuce points, there's a lot of clinching points, and, they're trusting themselves a lot more, and in the end, they're coming through. So.
Yeah, a big part of that's the return of senior Vazha. He's back back in the rotation. How big of a boost is that for the team to have him back in your rotation?
Yeah, that's obviously a big morale booster there. Especially, like since he was such a big part of our team last year, being Sunbelt Player of the Year and, coming back in the lineup, or, at the 3 spot, kind of, we're working him back in there. And, he's getting his timing back, his rhythm. And, obviously the most important part is he's healthy. He's feeling good after those matches. And, we're starting him off in singles, and who knows if we'll work him into the doubles rotation eventually. But so far so good. Our doubles have been performing. Especially last weekend, going 3-0. So
Yeah, Andre and Roberts have formed a strong pairing. They're nationally ranked. How big is that to have a consistent doubles team like that to get you at least one win for that crucial doubles point when it comes to team competition?
yeah, I mean, so like looking at our doubles lineup, usually universities have one strong position in their doubles lineup, and they're kind of trying to figure out the other two, maybe only one. But fortunately, it looks like we have that that ranked team up there. They have so much history together, playing, at the start of their, Duarte's sophomore year, Rob's freshman year even. And, they've just had such great chemistry together that we've been going with that pairing, for their career. And, I've thought about breaking them up in the past to maybe get 2 other different looks on 2 teams to make us a little bit deeper. But, the way that they perform together, communicate, it's great to have them up there, but they also know the pressure that comes with that. So, but yeah, they embrace that number 1 spot, with tough competition. And even last year, they played a little bit of the 2 spot, when our former 2 doubles team, who's our 2 doubles team right now with Kevin and Harvey, they embrace, any spot that they play. So.
Yeah, Patrick's been giving you some good depth at that 6th spot. And what about his performance so far this year? And I read the post-match quote of saying the guys have been amicable or been good with the switches in the lineup with with what they are, and especially at least in the single spot. What about having a guy like Patrick, who was a freshman, a young player, giving you some good performances at the 6th spot, and then the willingness of the team to maybe be in the 4 spot one match and then the 6th the other, or things like that?
Yeah, definitely. So like without Vaza in our lineup, and Harvey missed a couple matches too. Now they're back in our lineup. So that created opportunities towards the back of the lineup for other guys to step up. And, sometimes, they have a little bit of their own winning streak going on, whether they find their rhythm, they just step up for the guys. And it's great to see Lazo pick up those wins last weekend to kind of get his confidence back. And, I'm sure he's ready to go this weekend for more opportunities. And, yeah, going along with that, sometimes, coaches, switch, the lineup a little bit within 1 spot. Sometimes they might pull a player, they might rest a guy. And so sometimes it's strategically based, and other times it's just, maybe to send a message to the guys, like no spot, don't take that spot for granted. So, but the guys have been doing a great job of just going out there, and battling whatever spot that they end up being in. So.
Is part of that also playing these double headers? You don't have that in conference play, but during these non-conference portion of your schedule, you are playing. We'll talk about some coming up this Saturday, or I think it's at least this weekend. Playing
Friday,
2
yeah.
matches in a day, is that part of it as well? Keeping guys fresh and keeping them sharp with these
Yeah.
2 matches or even 3 matches over a 2-day period.
Yeah. So, I like to, as a coach, have like about 1 to 2 double headers per year. It's a great mental and physical test for the guys. I try my very best to have kind of a day off in between, if we have like a Friday doubleheader and a Sunday or vice versa, to kind of mentally and physically recover. But no, it's great. They realize the opportunities and momentum chances that they have of going 2-0 that day, at the very worst, splitting the matches. And, I think last weekend was probably one of our toughest doubleheaders since I've been at Georgia State. And the guys, I mean, they really, really responded well. They got up for that match. It ended up being indoors with the weather. And, I think we finished our first match in 2 hours and then our following match in an hour and a half. And so, they really just kind of went out there, took care of business, realized what was at stake, and just went for it. And so as a coach, obviously I'm super proud of them. And, they really came up clutch. So. And we have a tough one on Friday against a well-coached UNF team. I know their coach really well. Their team is returning most of their guys for the most part, and then an Alabama State match afterwards. So probably under the lights, perhaps. So the guys realize it's kind of like a repeat a little bit of last weekend. So, but they're ready to go.
Yep, and you did mention it. You have North Florida and Alabama State on Friday, March 4th, and then Liberty on Sunday, March 6th.
Mm-hmm.
So these last three matches before conference play gets into to beginning, what are you looking to see the guys accomplish and get better at just overall? Obviously, you want to win the matches, but what do you want to get ready and prepare for as you get into conference season in the next few weeks?
Yeah, I think throughout the year, like at the beginning of the season, some of our lineup spots are, we're not too sure who's going to kind of assert themselves in a certain spot and be consistent up there. And I've gotten a better feeling the past few matches and the past few weeks of who's kind of really, going after those spots. And, everyone has their, each guy has their own personal goals. Of course, the team goal, as you mentioned, is of course to win the matches overall, but, each guy has their own personal goals, whether it's, certain things that we've been working on in practice with their transition and net game, or, some guys really want to play a little bit more aggressive and not tentative and just kind of go for their shots more. And of course, naturally that'll kind of, bleed over to conference play, hopefully. So with our continued momentum. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be another tough few matches, and we're looking to ride that momentum going into conference play in a couple weeks. So,
well, Coach, thank you for your time. We greatly appreciate it, and good luck this weekend. And we'll speak again before conference starts.
perfect. Thanks, Marcel. Take care.
All right.